Konnichiwa. All right, you got me?
Konnichiwa, and welcome to the Minimum Effort Podcast.
That's
Today,
right.
I am here with my co-host. That was all on purpose. Co-host, JJ. Co-host, JJ.
Yeah.
And I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Mengkin. Charlotte, something.
Hey, Mengkin. Hi, Mengkin. Hey, how's it going?
It's good. It's
All
very
right.
good. So tell me about
Poland. So Poland was really fun. The tournament went pretty well. So starting off, let's give shout outs where shout outs are due. Kellyann Ball becoming number two in the world, right?
Two.
If you remember, her first tournament was her first tournament at the world stage. Was Alabama, right? And she went. And she went from that to becoming number 2 in the world, right? This is wild. This is wild,
2 years,
right? Yeah.
2 years.
So pretty impressive. It's quite amazing.
And then the women's team got 3rd place again.
Women's team back to back with that bronze women's team really putting in that work. I shed a lot of tears of happiness during this. So that was fun. Yeah,
especially for the women.
Yeah, women, juniors, some of the dudes.
Some of the dudes.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
Yeah, it was rough. Yeah, it was rough watching some of this stuff. I was very impressed by the ladies. Very impressed.
The ladies were really good. I mean, for the men's team, you couldn't have pulled a worse pick than Japan on the first run. But then this is the thing, like the team was really positive about it, and they really try to make lemonade out of lemons, right? Which was cool because they're like, well, if they beat Japan, it shakes the world, right? That would be rad, right? But even if they lose, that puts them into it puts them still into repercharge, so they're still within a medal, right? Which was pretty cool. I thought that was a really good look at it.
Yeah, it is definitely. It's better to be positive about it than to be like, oh, I'm not gonna win. Really negative about it, right? There's no way we're gonna come back from this.
And in that particular day, Japan, their juniors, I don't know if you noticed it or not, they won everything. Every division.
I watched the whole thing, but I can't recall. So
I can tell you. Juniors won every division.
Youth,
every
men,
weight
and
class. Yes. Yeah, teams, everything. They won everything.
Makes sense. For juniors, it makes sense.
It does make sense. If you really think about it, right? You're like, they've probably been messing around with sumo since they were like little kids, right? And anyone else, it probably not the case. Probably started doing it maybe tops, 3 to 5 years, maybe tops, somewhere in that neighborhood, right? As an average.
13. Maybe.
They're just adapting different styles into sumo. So I feel like that was like a situation that I had to explain to some of the juniors, like, this is why. And then when it gets into the adult division, it changes up a little bit, right? Changes up. And it's because people have time to marinate within the styles and embrace their own physicalities and stuff and find their own sumo style as adults. But
let's talk a little bit about your juniors, JJ.
All right, let's talk about juniors. So we had
you the most.
So the most impressive would be Malik for sure. Malik got all the way up to I want to say semifinals, right? Would that be semifinals? Yeah. So he got up to the semifinals, fighting for third. He ends up losing. I do have to say there was a little back and forth between Bulgaria, who I like one person on the team, and the United States, and it was mainly like them standing in front of everybody and the bumping of heads. And when Malik beat Bulgaria, it felt real good. It felt really, really good. I am not that petty of a person, but at that moment, I sure was. Because they were yelling at me, I was yelling back. It definitely got weird. The setup for like a coach to be in the mix was not there, right? So I had to kind of be all the way on the backside of the stage and just kind of like try to project my voice. I'm really happy that all of the people that kind of train with me can hear me, which was good, right? Because I have a particular style where I put my hand over my mouth and I give them a couple cues at the beginning just so that they can hear me. And it's like, nod your head if you can hear me, make sure you do this, just like where they have to listen, do something, and then that's their answer back, right? And from there, like, that's why you can see, like, with Malik, I'm able to like really kind of pop into his head and tell him to do things as he's going.
And you know what I find amazing about Malik is he always liked sumo, but this really inspired him. Like he came out wanting more, right?
Yes.
And he was like, his mom texted him, he's like, Malik wants to go to Japan and train. I was like, oh dang, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we're working on him getting out there to train a little bit. And I might go too.
Ooh,
maybe.
Well, let me know so I can tell Waseda.
Oh no, don't worry. It's because I'm trying to also set up something with Tasasago.
Oh, nice. With our main man Konishiki.
And maybe hit up Yama. So there's like, if we're going stables, I need to kind of help a little bit just so that he feels more comfortable. So we're working on some stuff.
Okay, cool. Yep, cool. I think the better training would be at a university, though.
100%. But there is a spiritual. There's a spiritual thing where,
Oh, cool. Who were you most surprised by for the juniors?
The heart of Ziba.
Ziba, yeah.
Her heart is huge. It's huge. Like, she went out there and she really started to like develop her style of sumo, right? And I've never seen. At first I thought she was having like a breakdown. I was like, Ziba, it's okay, but she was crying and laughing when she connected with Estonia, where the Estonian girl was like, I'm just gonna pick you up. She's like, I was like, it's okay, you don't like. I thought she might be embarrassed or something along those lines. No, she was like, this is the best. And she really like bonded. She really bonded with them, right? And like made, I think, some of the best friends of her life, which that's what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Yeah.
And Jaheim was there, He couldn't compete because of when we got the passport and all of that stuff. It didn't work out. But he was there and he was ready to fight. Like I saw him basically foaming from the mouth in the lightweight division, and he was like shadow gripping. He was a part of the team training. He really was like, I got this next year.
He liked it a lot.
Yeah. It's like, people don't like me. That's a lie, because on Saturdays and Sundays we always have about 12 students, and that was while you were there. You're focusing on particular individuals that weren't there, but then you also got different individuals that were injured or whatever to come through. So you are just insecure for no reason.
Never mind that. My insecurities. Let's talk about Poland a little bit more.
Good. Let's keep talking about Poland. Also, let's give a shout out to him. He has the energy that every introvert wants to have, right? Like, he is like a firecracker of explosive energy, and I was like, oh, I can't keep up. I couldn't keep up. As soon as I was like, hey, huh?
You got to talk to him?
Yeah. We spoke a little bit, and of course I'm like, I think me and you might be closer mentally as possible, like, than I actually think originally, because I was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm blah blah blah, and he goes, hey, I know who you are, blah 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 blah. Watch every episode, and then he starts talking, and I'm like, oh, all right, yes, oh, no. Yes, and then I was like, hide behind my hat. Where's my JJ for life hat? Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of.
I lost you completely. I missed that whole story.
You missed the whole story?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. So you gotta redo the story.
I could. Just know that I thought I was introducing Minimum Effort Podcast to him, and he was like, I already know who you are. I watch all your episodes, and then just went from there. I was like, okay, all right. And then I just went shy boy and was like, okay. I always think that we're just like speaking into nothing. Void. But apparently people fucks with us.
People watch it, which is strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's strange. We only started it because we're like, let's do something. I'm bored.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to bond our friendship even more.
Yeah. And then now we have a logo, we have a podcast, we have merchandise, kind of. It's crazy.
Oh.
More. Okay. So, what was the atmosphere like? What did it?
A lot of emotion.
Did it feel kind of like Japan, like last year?
No. Japan felt kind of magical. This one felt like ones and twos. Right? It felt like it was, you just kind of come in, you do what you got to do, and call it a day from there. Like, it wasn't that same thing, right? And I think it was just the fact that we weren't in Japan. You feel me?
Yeah, the place where sumo started, right?
Yeah. It just felt different. Also, I did not have Christina with me, which probably affected a little bit of me, right?
And then you were the official head coach this year, too.
I was the official head coach, and I never really had time to sit back and enjoy anything. It was all about like supporting the athletes. That was my job, and I think I did an okay job.
I don't know. You could ask other people. Most people probably said you did a great job.
Who knows?
I think so.
Yeah.
Call someone up right now. Hey guys, I know it's early.
No, definitely not doing that. No, definitely not doing that.
You're our guest on the Minimum Effort Podcast. Thank you.
We just cold call somebody and be like, "Hey, what did you think about JJ's performance.
Seth Adams. Should I call Seth Adams? Like, hey, Sensei Seth.
You don't have his number. He's unlisted.
I'll just call him on the thing, the Instagram. No, it's probably business account, so he can't receive calls from random people. Yeah.
There it is.
Maybe just message him.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Mengkin from the Monumental podcast. I would like to hear your thoughts about JP as head
coach. A little bit behind the scenes, I did make like a survey, just trying to see like what people thought of my performance and the overall experience and that kind of stuff, and support from the federation. And the federation has all of that information. So if you want to find out anything, just go ahead and reach out to them. They'll give you that data. I don't want to give you that data because I like people to have their privacy. But who knows about the federation? I don't know. So then I guess let's talk about the ladies. Madison literally kicked butt, right? Like I got there, I was like, hey, you're gonna be the first one up. Let's go ahead and tie you up. Jacob tied her up, her boyfriend, and he did a great job on that. Then we go in the back, and then it's all about kind of like focusing her style of sumo into sumo, right? Because she comes with MMA experience, she comes with a lot of grappling experience, purple belt in jiu-jitsu, wrestling, like all of these things, right? And then the only problem is she doesn't have that kernel of sumo there, right? Yeah. And her grappling can get her pretty far because she's an athletic monster, right? So then we go in the back, and I just kind of start working with her Suriashi and giving her the reasons, right? This is one of my favorite things when I'm talking to someone that understands grappling, like actual grappling, and just trying to give them like a quick shot of knowledge. So then we do Suriashi. I fixed a little bit of her arm positioning, like the reason why we do it, because some of the things were a little off. And then we worked on just some Butskari, just back and forth, and then her Shikos, and just really embracing the step away, just do Shikos, just do them until you're like, you get a good sweat on, right? And then every time you go in, you adjust their Shiko. Like, why are you doing this with this leg? What's the point of turning the toes? What's the point of this, right? And again, she's an athletic monster, right? So she can go through a full range of motion, but understanding what her body position needs to be, right? So just the dialing that in, and then from there, just then working in just pummeling, right? Because the women's lightweight division, every lady out there is like a beach wrestler in some kind of like folk style wrestling, right? They have some kind of system. So everything that she has is valid. We just have to blend the two together, right? So that was nice. And then she ended up getting to semifinals also. Yeah, she fought for third. So that was pretty freaking awesome. Then we had Leah, who no, I guess it would have went Ashley first. So Ashley, then Leah. Ashley, same thing. She's tuned in. She's understands my system. She can hear my voice from across the way. There was a quick adjustment that we had to do. She listened and fixed that adjustment. And it had to do with like hand positioning and a couple other things, right? And now if you go back and listen to Worlds, you could probably hear me. Put your hand on her face.
Oh, I need to find that. She does put her hand on her face.
Oh yeah. And so I say it, and she, like, as she's walking up, and she goes. So she nods her head. She steps in. and then she goes for it, right? I'm like, hell yeah, that's what's up. She ends up getting knocked out by Haraguchi from Brazil, and you know, she's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we had Leah. Leah did a great job. She came in a little underweight, and she put up a lot of effort. And man, that second match of hers was the best match I've ever seen. She almost threw her, she almost tripped. Like, you keep watching that, you're like, man, she had that match. She had it. Whew, tough match. And then of course, like, Kellyann went out and did the Kellyann. It was systematic, great approach.
Yep. I mean, she as Yama put it for the SoCal Open, he's like Yokozuna.
Yeah,
because she doesn't, you can see, and then she'll be like, she can judge how good someone is, and then just she's not too aggressive. She's not, what do you say? She's not overly excited. She calmly guides the person out.
You know what's crazy? She rolled her ankle right before.
Ooh.
Yeah, like bad. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, and I saw it. She stepped, and when you look, like, you're like, oh, everything looks like level. She stepped in a hole and twisted her ankle.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she still killed it. Killed it. But that's, if you watch the team tournament, I think that's why she ends up getting tripped by I forgot who it was, but it shows in that one where it's like, damn it. What else is there? Oh, and then we got the dudes. Dudes went out. Ed, lightweight. So first draw was against Japan. And this is the thing.
What kind of draw did you give it?
Okay, so this is the thing. I can show the videos. I don't have any control. There's no control. But Ed gets that draw, and let me just say it. Joe, you doubted him. You're like, oh, I guess he's just going to lose to Japan and go. Joe, didn't happen. Joe. Didn't happen. Nope. He went out there and demolished him. So how about that? How about that?
Did destroy Japan. That was pretty. I mean, it was
yeah,
but I mean, he by far had the toughest bracket, like Japan, and then
after that it was Ukraine.
Arrested.
Yeah, it was Ukraine. So that's because he was he was seeded or whatever.
Do you seed? I thought they don't seed. Did you seed actually?
Kind of. They seed a little. It's very confusing. Like, I can show you how they do things, and it's very confusing. But he ends up going out, and against Ukraine, a half-second difference he won. He came out with a good approach, great intensity. And he slipped, and right when he slipped, Ukraine slipped. And let me tell you something. Dude picked up a crap ton of weight. I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I gave him like a hug, and I felt like I just grabbed a chimpanzee.
Yeah, like what, the Ukraine? Ukraine.
Yeah. Is it Dimitris? Something like that.
Maybe. I think
I'm really bad with international names. It's the American in me. But man, I was like, whoa. Which was wild. And lightweight was slamming. Ed ended up going way too aggressive in his next match and lost to Finland. which he shouldn't have lost to.
No, Ed should have gotten a medal. That was it. He should have gotten bronze.
Yep.
I think Ed is better than most of the competition out there.
Yeah, Ed.
Honestly, not because I'm biased
if
American.
If the bracket was changed up a little bit, Ed would have won.
Yeah.
Right. If he would have fought,
he would have gotten a medal at least.
Maybe silver. Honestly, like you move the bracket around a little bit, and that's because there's a couple stinkers out there, right? Like we don't need to say who or whatever, but there's a couple countries out there that need to develop a little bit more. They're not really there, and Ed's on like the top tier of like, I think in my own personal opinion,
top five in lightweight individuals.
Yeah. And then once you found out that like Bulgaria had a hip injury.
Oh, he did.
And he still got their third. Yeah. Joseph had a hip injury, and he got their third. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Crazy. So there's like opportunity for like greatness there, and he's right there. He's literally right there. He ended up being in his feelings. I was surprised how much in his feelings he was. I was like, I know, I've been there, but you won't stay there. You won't stay there, buddy. Your feelings are valid.
Yes, next year.
But you'll get over it. Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, I don't see anybody
the national game needs to be. It's stepping up. So Ed's gonna have to keep training correctly and focus in on what he's doing, because there are some guys that are kind of coming for him.
Oh, not me.
No.
Hey.
No. What? Wait, like what?
Hey, I'm like top 5. Oh no, top 7.
You're somewhere in the top 10. I will give you that. I will give you that. But this is the problem. You don't know how to focus, and Ed is all focus.
Maybe a little too much focus.
Yes. It's just it was just an approach issue, and right, you have to narrow things down a little bit for what the task is, right? But lesson learned, fix it from there, right? Whatever. And then in middleweight we had nobody, so we could just skip that. Middleweight. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, there was nobody there. Nobody there. Which I kind of just took the time off, because I have to tell you something. I was really stressed. The player was stressed out, man. So I disappeared for a second, like collected my thoughts, got some coffee, tried to eat some food. Kind of couldn't eat any food. I did eat a donut. I found a donut. I ate a donut. It was good. It had pistachios on it and a pistachio cream inside. Once again, those Polish people, they can bake their ass off. It's quite good.
They know how to bake stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah. So then after that, right, we had men's light heavy, and that Seth really put in some effort, man.
Oh no, yeah, watch it. I was like, oh yeah, dang. Probably, I don't want to rank people because I know everybody, but probably the best performing male.
I think result wise, I think that's true. That's true. But honestly, that's kind of the nature of the beast. When you look at it, like, it's going to be like that for people, and the reason it's going to be like that is most of the dudes were new, except for Angel. Angel has competed on the world stage. Outside of that, everybody was new, right? And it's just like being able to go out there and kind of feel that pressure and work with it, right? So overall, it's not bad. Let me tell you something though. I will say, middleweight's real big, like real big. Like I don't know if I'm in the right division anymore. I might have to cut back down to lightweight.
You're pretty big too.
I'm not that big, man. I'm not as big as these guys, man. Like I looked at them and I was like, my frame ain't like that, man. I don't know if this makes sense.
That's why I'm staying under 85, and I'm already 85 and I'm already small, so
dude, it's crazy. And then I looked at light heavyweight and I was like, how are these people not heavyweights? It was strange. It was real strange. And then in heavyweights, I think that most of them were actually kind of small. Like there were some heavyweights that
big heavyweights.
No, we didn't have any like any overlords, right? Where they're just like pour and then pour over.
He was an open weight, so
yeah. Well, yes, there was a few of the guys were in open weight. I'm like, man, this is wild. Like I don't know. I think Jay legit might have been the biggest guy
in that weight class. Yeah, I can see that.
Not in the tournament. Because from Ukraine, that dude is huge.
Oh, yeah, that guy's huge. Yeah, he's like what 6'6", and he's like 450 pounds or something.
Sure, I don't know.
500 pounds.
Sure. This is the thing. He's so big that it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Right? It's like my brain just kind of turns things off. Like even one of my best friends, Neville, right? Neville is what, 6'6" or something like that. Sometimes when I stand next to him, I just disappear mentally. Maybe also physically, but mentally I like disappear. Just like and I just don't think about the fact that he's like almost like a foot taller than me. Right.
It's crazy.
Like I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". He's 6'6". He's almost a foot taller. This is crazy. It's crazy. Well, yeah. I think this is a great spot to end. Overall, I think that we showed up. We kind of showed the world that we're here, we're developing, and that we need more coaches.
We need more coaches, not one person. We need a head coach and an assistant coach. Next year, take me, assistant coach.
So I did reach out to the federation and I pitched a couple of different things, right? I pitched like the idea of like a head coach and being able to hire a staff or something like that, or having a budget of some sorts or something along those lines. It'll probably fall to deaf ears, but you know, whatever. I know what I think we need. If we have a full roster, we're definitely going to need additional people, right? Like if we have 18. If we have 18 competitors, we definitely need more
18
people.
Or more, right? Possibly even, because teams can be different competitors.
Teams can be different competitors. And I also think that we should think about that, right? 100%. Maybe the thing about it is everybody wants more time on the dojo. I get it. But I do think that maybe a second place or something like that, or a person that you think, man, this guy is like right there. Like maybe putting them on the team might make sense. I don't know. It's just there's ways to do things. Like Japan has, they have a team, but then there's not everybody on the team was in the weight division, so it kind of mix that up in all the different divisions, right, for ladies and men. So they end up having like damn near 30 people walking around. It was wild. But that's like an opportunity, right? And I think that the future is bright, and we're going to kill it coming up soon.
I believe this. We're going to next year more medals. I think that next year we will have 2 male medals. That's my prediction. Is that including youth?
2. I don't do that. But we're gonna have 2 world medals. I can almost guarantee it.
Are you going to keep a secret who it is? Or...
Of course. Well, like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, we're not trying to jinx it either. So
yeah, I'm doing a soft prediction. Then from there, actually, it is still in the scheme of things. It's a pretty wild prediction. So, whatever. Still,
what are we going to do? We should do our prediction episode for next year again.
Okay, bet. And we should stay in amateur sumo.
Yeah, I don't want to do. I haven't been watching enough professional sumo, so I can't.
Me either. I fell off. But this is a great place to end. Thank you for being a friend, coming down the road and back again. Mengkin, your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. You're a pal and